We're back, and I got a new one, and I got an important one, and this is kind of semi-connected to yesterday's one. And why is this the first thing that opens? I'm sorry. This is I already showed you guys this yesterday. Pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty sexy. Market opened a minute ago. Let's see what's going on. Might as well just peek in and say hi. Um, this is too big. Looks like we went down. Yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. We took out this. We're going down. Maybe for a retrace. Maybe we're gonna break into this price gap, go lower. Maybe we won't even wait for the price gap. Maybe we just shoot down. I don't know. That's not what this is about. This is about the next one, effect slash effect. This is I don't fucking know what it is, but it's effect. So I don't know if it's like effect or effect. Probably the first one. Um, I think it's the first one, but I'm gonna leave both of them because I just like that title. Um, and boom, this is just going straight to the front. This is kind of connected to focus on yourself. I did talk about it yesterday, or not yesterday, but the last video I made. But this is just the biggest one, and it's I think especially like if I'm gonna make this video because this isn't even a trader recap. This is full on psychology today because I just really wanted to get into this before I forgot about it. Um, I'm going to I think if I'm gonna like make this 10, what's the 10 about? It's about psychology, how you should be setting up yourself that will allow you to be successful not only financially but just in life, like overall happiness, whatever you consider your definition of success, so long as it not be super out of the ordinary. This is what I would consider the top 10 to the 10 to overall represent help with. Super important. I'm gonna call this the other name would be main character thing theory. This is connected to my friend, my homeboy, who helped me kind of figure this out. Basically, what the effect is how you let other people affect you directly translates to how you affect your own success. I don't even know. It's I think there is a direct correlation causation. I don't know what the fuck the difference is. I know causation like something causes it. Correlation you might make that up yourself. I don't really understand it fully yet, but I'll tell you that there's a direct link between how you let other people affect you, right? Listen, and how you become successful or how successful you become in every which way possible. Let me explain. Yesterday I talked about how in Corvette I was just like thinking there's no way that a rich motherfucker, young kid who grinded would come up to me at a stoplight and make fun of me because they don't care about other people because they're focused on themselves. Focus on yourself. That's pretty cool. Affect. Who are you keeping in your mind? Now, the second thing that I kind of talked about yesterday, which was also focus on yourself, and not other people, because those people who are commenting on other people's videos because they're letting them, they're kind of focusing on them. They're letting those people affect them, right? If you're scrolling past videos and then you're fucking commenting on them because they affect you, you're letting other people affect you. You are fucking the rat in the matrix. You're the rat. Okay, get the fuck out of that. That pisses me off if you're the rat, okay? If you're the rat, leave this video. Being dead ass. Holy shit. Now, I'm not saying you can't comment on other people's videos. I'm not saying that's illegal. I'm telling you, don't be the rat, okay? Now, what I mean by this is you have to set there's levels to how much you let other people affect you. Now, there's levels to, I think I would consider it a kind of bar graph, right? Maybe I should do a drawing. I'm not going to do a drawing. Fuck that. Maybe, I won't. So it's kind of like this, right? There's this far and then there's this height, and so I think for the x-axis I would call that how much you let no I'd say the y. I'm going to talk about the y first because it's kind of simple, it's kind of mostly understood. How much you let other people affect you, right? That's to the distance of which one will like which you let other people affect you. So like I would categorize this between levels of you let them affect your thoughts, you let them affect how you talk, and then you let them affect your actions, right? And then the x-axis, that would be how, wait, what type of like person, like how close one has to be to affect that, right? So you would assume that like the closer someone is to you, the more likely that they are to affect maybe your thoughts, maybe your talk, like how you talk, or maybe how you act, right? Like what you do, your actions. And I think that the lower you let people affect you, right? And the closer you require someone to be to affect you, that's the key points. I would call that the origin of success. The farther away you go, so the farther away you go on the x-axis, the more random people you let affect you. People you meet on social media, the people you meet on the streets. I cut you off in traffic and you let me affect your thoughts. You're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch. Because I've never once thought about the person who cut me off. Maybe for 2 seconds. And I should cut that down. I shouldn't even be thinking about them from the first place. Maybe a second, oh, they could have crashed. I don't give a fuck though. There's people who will fucking drive, like follow you for like minutes because you fucking cut them off. Holy unemployed. Even if you are employed, you're a bitch. No, I didn't cut off someone they didn't follow me, right? I'm just thinking in my head like that's just some fucking like I'm not angry because this is an experience I've had. I'm angry because like I'm just imagining some fucking loser, rat race motherfucker following someone else because oh, he cut me off. Jesus Christ. That's so sad. That's actually sad. I'm so deeply disturbed by the thought of someone else letting that affect them to that point that it kind of makes me upset. I'm not actually that upset though. Oh, but you're letting other people affect you. No, I'm just talking about my personal beliefs. I'm not. That's not even someone I'm thinking about. And no, I'm not letting that take up my thoughts. I'm just getting that down. I just want you guys to understand this. Okay? Don't let other people affect you. Now, this goes literally every which way because the second one is social media. Why am I just realized when I make these videos, I should probably like I think I can change it. Face camera. Oh, but that doesn't I should make this bigger. Okay. I realized like when I make these videos, I fucking lost my train of thought because I was trying to move this. Now I'm just gonna do it like this. Boom, we hit the corner. Okay, let's go back to this. So another example of this, other people affecting you, is it's not social media in the perspective you're scrolling through. And well, yeah, I talked about that. But the other side of it is I'm not going to make a social media account because I'm scared of what other people think. That is literally the lowest of the low of what I'm talking about. Remember the x-axis? How, like, what type of people you let affect you? If you're letting people you don't know, you've never met, you've never even seen, right, affect what you will do, what the fuck? Right? These are people you've never known, you've never met. And I'm not even talking about like I'm talking about these aren't even people you know if they'll like they're imaginary people. Oh, I'm scared that someone will comment on my video hating on it or that someone will think it's weird. You don't even know if someone will do that, let alone you're letting an imaginary person stop you from doing something. Explain? America, explain. Like I'm being so serious. Now, the closer you get, like it might affect how my mom sees me. Okay, a little bit more visible. It might affect how my friends see me. Okay, right? And I'm saying okay. I wouldn't stop making content if it affected my mom because no affected how my mom saw me, right? Because I'm gonna be honest. That I think the closer you get to this origin point where you think even if my mom this affects how my mom thinks about me, this affects how my dad thinks about me, I'm still not gonna change it. That's where you kind of get to like your tunnel vision. The closer you get to that origin point. And then again, this is kind of how it affects me, right? If you're letting that affect your actions, which is the deepest one, right? Dog quit. Right? The lowest, like I'd say for y-axis at 0, you're not letting it affect anything. At like 10, 10 to 20, you're letting it affect, how you're thinking about. Like maybe I'm making these, right? It's not affecting my actions. I'm still thinking it's kind of weird. Now you're affecting, now maybe like 50, 60 is talking, right? You're talking different, like you're talking about like, haha, it's kind of embarrassing. I really don't like doing it. Some sort of some such. What the fuck type of quote is that? Something like that. Then that is affecting how you are talking. That's pretty still that's still bad. You're changing your personality, you're changing how you're talking to someone based off of how you are worried that they think about you. And then the very last is you're just not even doing it because you're scared of what your mom might think, right? Um, right? And then again the y-axis, the closer you get to tunnel vision, even you're going to continue doing this even if it affects how the closest people think about you, or even affects the closest people to you, right? Because sometimes you're gonna have to make decisions that are gonna affect the people close to you, and that's gonna suck. And so that's kind of what I mean by affect, right? I don't mean affect doesn't just mean how other people think about you. It also can affect um, maybe someone else's emotions, right? And so I'm not saying be a jackass, but I'm saying the closer you get to this tunnel point, this origin point, the more successful I can guarantee you will most likely end up becoming. Now, I'm not saying scam people and don't let that affect you. No, I'm saying keep your morals. Hold your morals. Hold them close to you, right? Hold your relationship with Christ first, right? And then put that success next, right? Say, I want this. I'm not going to let anything else stop me. Don't let other people you don't know stop you. Don't let the people close to you stop you, okay? Because you come first. You matter, not them. Jackass. I'm sorry. I kind of like I was locked in for too long. So that's what I mean by this shit, okay? So affect, main character theory. You have to treat them as side characters because when someone else comes, like when you're thinking about someone else, you're making them essentially the main character in your mind. You are subjugating your own self. Not cool. Don't do that shit. All right. And again, I was talking about how this might not only affect how people think about you, it might affect them actually, like affect them physically, affect their actions. It might affect themselves. So an example of this would be going to lunch with someone, right? I think I might have talked about this in the last video. I like if my friends wanted to go to lunch here and I didn't, it might make them sad if I don't go with them. But who comes first, them or me, right? Why am I gonna let how it affects them, right, emotionally, change my actions, right? Because there's kind of a give and take to this. Maybe affected, like if affected their actions, they're like completely not going to go unless I go. Maybe it's like a little bit more reasonable. Now, that's because what am I going to do during lunch? How tunnel visioned am I in on said action that I should do it? When it comes to something like success, you have to broaden that. I want to be successful. I'm going to make a social media. I'm going to make a business. I'm going to do this, right? Now, if I'm working on my business and it's directly important, what the fuck am I saying? If it's necessary that you do something during lunch for your business, it doesn't the trade-off should be immense. Your friend, you would have to figure out that your friend is dying in the hospital to not do this, right? Like if your friend was like, I'm not going to lunch if you don't come with me, right? That's a trade-off you're gonna have to take. If it's and if it's, oh, I'm going to be a little bit sad to eat without you, then that's I think that goes without saying that you should be doing this business. But there are people who care so much about what other people think of them, as well as they care about how they let these other people affect them, that they're gonna not go to like they're not gonna focus on this business because, oh well, boohoo, it's my business. That doesn't matter. Yes, it does, because that should be held second to you. Have dreams and aspirations, and then keep that close to your heart. And then don't let anyone else affect it. Social media. I kind of skipped over this because I was like, why would you let that affect you? I'm being so serious. There are people who I've talked to who won't create a social media account because they're scared about what other people online will think about them. First, you don't even know if other people will make fun of you or think about you. You don't know if you'll get comments. They care about the people hold so close to their ego. Not make. What was that? I might make another video about this, but your ego is something that holds you back. Drop that ego, okay? I might put that somewhere here, and I might make another video about it, so I'm not going to go too in depth about it. But when you care about like how people see you to such a high extent where it's affecting your actions, again, affect, then you're holding yourself back for no reason. Because there's no point in caring about what other people think about you. Because in 100 years, they're going to be dead, you're going to be dead, and nobody's going to think about you. I might talk about ego in this video because honestly, it's super like attached to affect, right? Because you're scared about how you're gonna what like other people are gonna see you. Um, I've heard people talk to me about my social media. I do a gesture account, which I embarrass myself online, and I can get followers, likes. I do it to create a personal brand to boost my confidence. I do it for a multitude of reasons that kind of don't matter or necessary for you to understand. What's necessary for you to understand is that I've had people come up to me and say, you should stop because it's going to affect your chances of going to college, right? Now, you always got to understand that there's a give and take. And college for me isn't something that I really give a fuck about. So why would I let that affect me? Okay? So that's kind of like you got to like understand that it's not just I'm not saying never like consider it, right? If I needed to go to college for to go in that matrix, if I really wanted to run that maze with all those other rats, sure, then I would stop making that account. right? But for me personally, my personal values, what I hold close to my heart, matters more than, this college. So, you should completely consider, complete con you should strongly consider like what you care about and what you don't, and realize what you should like. Maybe even just like change what you hold close to you, because you got to understand like why are you holding what other people think about you closer than you do your own personal success? Because that's really sad. That's really sad. Those people who are like, I care so much about what someone else thinks about me that I'm not gonna make a a social media. I'm not gonna start that business. It's embarrassing. What the fuck are you doing? It's actually so weird. Take that risk. Take that shit, bang bang. Make that money. I don't know about money, but yeah. So that's all I got for y'all today. I kind of yapped for 16 minutes. I don't know. It was fun talking with you guys. I enjoyed it. I should do more of these. I think so. Mhm, 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 mhm. So this was a psychology video. I didn't talk about trading at all. Um, it's Sunday. I'm not gonna trade on Sunday. I only trade New York AM, so my only options are going to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, for Friday, etc. I think you kind of get the gist. I don't do any trading recaps on Sunday. I might start. And this isn't gonna be a normal thing, creating psychology videos on Sunday. I usually will only do them in my video, on my trading videos, trading recaps. So I'm even considering like posting this. I think it's super important that people understand this, which is why I'll put this up. And I'm going to keep this effect here, because it's just, you gotta understand. Oh shit, you gotta understand that like it doesn't matter. This stuff doesn't matter. Like, super serious. Like how your effect on other people, like, or how they affect you. Like, you got to realize you can't let other people affect you, and you can't care about how you're going to affect other people. Um, uh, that's it. Thanks for listening. Wait, let's actually double check this. I think my most recent one got what, 5 fucking views? Holy shit. We're pressing rocks. Before that was 30. That's insane. That's actually super insane. Thank you. Thank you guys. Maybe I should edit this video. Edit like its cover. I'm gonna I'm gonna do what I can to shebang up. I don't know. That's it. Thanks. Love you guys.